What's up, folks? What's up, YouTube? So happy to be back. I know it's been like 2 weeks. Feeling so behind with a lot of things, especially as a teacher, as a future entrepreneur, right? So just catching up on this last part of my first year experience as a Teach for America. So that's what we've been talking about, which is like the boring stuff. So I'm gonna try to make it fun. But it's called TFA. I'm calling this segment TFA Boring Ass Obligations, but I'm not going to put that on the description or on the title, right? So, but before we start, check this out, Dunder Mifflin, for all those The Office fans. I know some of you, 90% of you watch that show. There's no shame. And I know a lot of you have asked me where I buy it. Like literally people from, like just strangers just walking. So I'm just going to put a link below and you guys can check that out. And this color is very nice too. It's like maroon. You know you like that stuff. Alright, so here we go, TFA obligations. Let's begin with, there are a couple of things. One, we have kickoff. There's one per semester and it's a mandatory. I'm going to say this a lot because I say it but I don't really participate in those things. But anyways, so kickoff is basically where core members from your region will reunite, will talk about certain issues that you have. They might put you in groups, and they put you in groups based on your placement school as well. So for example, the people that I work with, if they're TFA, they're usually going to be in my group, in the same group with the same coach. And the coach is there to support you, observe you. They observe you maybe a couple times each semester. You call the MTLMD. There's a lot of abbreviations in TFA. You don't have to worry about it, but it is what it is. And my coach specifically, the first one, my very first year, was not very good. He was so chill and all these things. Didn't speak Spanish, so when he observed me, it was kind of weird because he didn't understand what was going on. So weird. But he didn't have a lot of resources that he could provide me with at all. And I think he only came in one time in the entire year. So he observed me that one time, and then afterwards he didn't even like talk to me about academic stuff or my teaching practices. All he said was this: how do you think that, how can students identify themselves with the language and all these things, which are important questions to ask. But if you're my coach, wouldn't it make more sense for you to provide me resources related to my subject and that sort of support? Didn't happen, but there it is. And I think I deviated my way here. So kickoff once a semester, they have food provided. And it depends on your region as well. I'm only speaking on behalf of LA, the LA region. The first semester I went, second semester I didn't go. I forgot why I didn't go. Probably didn't want to go. Excuse me. So then we did that. There's kickoff. There's also these things called community days. And these are days that are supposedly, again, mandatory so that you can connect with business and community leaders from your specific region. And LA is separated into 3 different regions. Like, that's insane how large LA is. So then you have the north, so it's the San Fernando Valley, central, like downtown, and then south, which is like Compton. I don't even know if they have one in Compton. I don't know why I said that. I think like kind of close to the airport sort of area. So yeah, they have those things. And typically I went to the first one in the first semester, and I did not see any value in it at all. I think most of the workshops that they had was very theoretical and not specific to my own practice, not specific to my content. So after my first year, this second year, I can tell you straight up that I have not gone to one single event. I don't even think I went to the first kickoff, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how I'm getting away with all that. Anyways, so you got community days, kickoff, and they have like mini mixers and there's usually alcohol involved. And I think more people go to those events than they actually do to the community days / kickoff. I don't know. Alcohol brings people together. And last but not least, the favorite one of everybody's is LMU, which is the grad school program, the teaching credential program that every core member in LA has to go through. So basically you are going to school full-time, right? Full-time, and also working full-time. So my first semester I took only one physical class inside of the classroom and one online. But most teachers have two classes per semester. So those two classes, you have to go, those two classes are on a Monday night. And so every Monday night you have to go to LMU to go to those classes. And apart from that, you have to do your homework, right, on the weekend. And so that takes up time, right? And it was horrible. I'm telling you guys, it was horrible because LMU was the least of my problems, and I honestly did not find anything valuable from my LMU experience. It was mostly like just trying to get it out of the way. And I found that, including myself, a lot of people were doing like their lesson plans while the class was being taught. And I think the professors were aware of that, and they would say little things, right, and try to engage students in whatever was happening. But I'm telling you, I think 90% of the people there were just there because they had to be there. And I remember before I accepted TFA, I talked to a rep and they told me that this was something that was required, and I asked them, and I even thought, like, I used my common sense, what? Like, student and full-time teacher? Like, how is that even possible? And they're like, oh, it's doable. The fuck? No, it's not doable. No, like, can you manage it? Yes, but you won't sleep, you'll stress, you'll hate it. I've had some terrible experience at LMU, especially when it was raining and I couldn't find parking, and the only free parking available was 10 minutes away, walking distance, and I would be intentionally late. I would take advantage of the fact that I worked in downtown, and so I had to drive all the way to LMU, which is Loyola Marymount, if I didn't make that clear from the beginning. And it took me an hour. So hear me out. So downtown to LMU, 1 hour. LMU to my home, 40 minutes maximum. Okay, so I'm just driving a lot, and I still drive a lot. The fuck? That's my life. Okay. And so there you have it, folks. You have kickoff, you have community leadership days, and you also have those optional alcohol involved mixers, and last but not least, LMU. And you know, LMU has to be like the most roughest one, and I don't think the other ones, and the other ones are just, they're there and they're supposed to help you, but I honestly didn't find value in those things, and that's why I didn't go to any of them this specific year. And I told my coach that, and she appreciated the feedback, but honestly, I don't know, this experience has been so weird. Like, I had to learn from other sources and not really from Teach for America. I mean, yeah, they help you financially to start your teaching career, but they don't really, like, support you. Especially just the Spanish. I don't know about science. I don't know about English or math. But specifically for Spanish, there's just no support. And again, I hope you like this video. I hope you buy your Dunder Mifflin sweater. Maybe a different color so we're not matching, right? But if you like this color, go for it. What else? What I was gonna say? Oh yeah, so if you go ahead, subscribe, watch more videos if you like, get more information of what Teach for America, I just spit it, what Teach for America is like, and very soon I'm gonna come up with 2 specific videos, one about my second year experience and the other of how much money I make as a Spanish teacher second year and first year at Alliance. So Alliance is the charter network that I work for. So again, if you have any questions, let's talk. Let's you know, ask questions in the comments below. Let's have a dialogue. Let's get to know each other. I have to get my laundry now. Great. All right, so that is all for you guys. Happy Friday.